What is up, my demigods? It's your man, Gabe, back with another video. And let me tell you, we're diving deep into the world of Rick Riordan today, like, seriously deep. We're talking about the most badass, the most hilarious, the most goosebump-inducing Percy Jackson moments of all time. This isn't just some random list, all right? We're talking about the scenes that made us laugh, the scenes that made us cry. Don't lie, we've all been there. The scenes that made us want to run out and fight some monsters ourselves. So strap in, grab your celestial bronze swords, or, a regular pen will do, and get ready for the top 10 most iconic Percy Jackson moments. Don't forget to smash that like button and comment down below which moment is your personal favorite. Let's do it. When you think about epic final battles in books, you imagine this crazy showdown, right? Like swords clashing, lightning bolts flying, the whole shebang. And the Battle of Manhattan, bro, it did not disappoint. But let's be real, the moment that made everyone's jaws drop, it wasn't some crazy display of power, it was Percy being, well, Percy. After this insane fight against Hyperion, the Titan literally embodies the sun. Percy knocks his weapon away and sends him flying into a tree like it's nothing. Hyperion, this all-powerful being, is sprawled out on the ground, totally defeated. And Percy, he just walks up to him, picks up the Titan's weapon and casually tosses it back to him, just like that. You drop this, he says, and the whole world just stops. It's the most disrespectful, most badass thing ever. It's the kind of move that makes you realize why Percy is the man, He's not just powerful, he's got that swagger, that confidence that makes him a true hero. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How can a dad joke be one of the most iconic moments in Percy Jackson? But trust me on this one, because this isn't just any dad joke. This is peak Percy Jackson humor, delivered at the perfect time. Picture this. Percy, Annabeth, and Thalia are on a quest, right? Tensions are high, monsters are everywhere, and they finally get a moment of peace at the Hoover Dam. They're walking across this massive structure, feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders, and Percy just casually drops, "Can you believe they named a damn snack bar after this place?" I'm talking about laughing out loud at 3 a.m. when I first read that. It was unexpected, it was ridiculous, and it was classic Percy. He's just got this ability to find humor in the darkest of times, and honestly, that's what makes him so relatable. Every hero needs a sidekick, am I right? Batman has Robin, Frodo has Sam and Percy, he's got Blackjack the Pegasus. And let me tell you, Blackjack is not your average horse. This dude is sassy, he's sarcastic, and he's always down for a good time. Kind of reminds me of a certain someone. But seriously, the moment Percy meets Blackjack is pure gold. He rescues him from this evil dude who's forcing him to work for a cruise line. Yeah, you heard that right, a cruise line for monsters. Anyway, Percy frees Blackjack, and from that moment on, they're inseparable. Blackjack becomes Percy's loyal steed, his confidant, and, let's be real, the funniest character in the series. I mean, who could forget lines like, "Hey boss, you need a lift? My rates are reasonable for you, just a sugar cube. Blackjack, you're the real OG." Alright, we all knew this moment was coming, right? It's the moment Percy's powers first manifest, and let me tell you, it was epic. Imagine being a teenager going to this weird camp thinking you're just a normal dude, and then BAM! You're suddenly controlling water like a freaking god. It's during a game of Capture the Flag, which at Camp Half-Blood is basically a deathmatch disguised as a game. Percy's team is losing, and he's about to get tackled into oblivion. And then it happens. He gets knocked into the creek, and suddenly it's like the water comes alive. It lifts him up, throws him back onto dry land, and everyone's just like, what in the Hades just happened? This moment is huge, not just because it's the first time we see Percy's powers in action, but because it's the moment he starts to realize he's destined for something more. He's not just a regular kid anymore, he's the son of Poseidon, and he's got a whole lot of responsibility on his shoulders, no pressure, right? Okay, who else read this scene and thought, "Percy, you absolute madman"? I mean, bathing in a river that literally makes you forget everything you love. That's next level commitment right there. But hey, it's not like Percy hasn't faced death before. This is the dude who stared down Medusa before he even hit puberty. So yeah, taking a dip in the river Styx to gain invincibility, that's just another Tuesday for our boy Percy. The visual of this scene is crazy too. Percy has to be completely submerged in the river, and it's described as this freezing cold oily substance that tries to drag him down. But he pushes through it, and when he emerges, he's basically a demigod tank. This power-up is a game changer. It allows Percy to go toe-to-toe with some of the most powerful beings in existence, and it makes for some of the most epic fight scenes in the entire series. Plus, you got to admit, invincibility looks good on him. Remember when I said Percy Jackson had some truly cinematic moments? Well, this is one of them. The Princess Andromeda explosion is pure action movie magic, and it cements Percy's status as a certified badass. Imagine this, you're on a ship, right? A ship rigged to explode, filled with monsters trying to kill you. Most people would panic, but not Percy. He just calmly walks off the ship, gives this epic one-liner, and watches the whole thing blow up behind him. This scene isn't just visually stunning, it's also incredibly emotional. Charles Beckendorf, one of the bravest characters in the series, sacrifices himself to make sure the explosion happens. It's a reminder that even in a world of gods and monsters, it's the human connections that matter most. I set myself on fire, iconic. Let's be real, who didn't see this fight and immediately think David versus Goliath? Percy, a 12-year-old demigod who's just discovered his powers, goes up against Ares, the literal god of war. It's insane, but here's the thing about Percy. He's got this unwavering sense of justice, this refusal to back down from a challenge, even if it means facing a god. And that's what makes this fight so compelling. We see Percy outmatched and outgunned, refusing to give up. He uses his wit, his determination, and yeah, maybe a little bit of help from his dad, to outsmart Ares and come out on top. This fight is a turning point for Percy. It's the moment he realizes he can take on anything, that he's capable of defeating even the most powerful beings. It's the moment he truly steps into his role as a hero. First lines are important, right? They set the tone, introduce the character, and hopefully hook the reader. And let me tell you, Percy's first line in The Lightning Thief, pure perfection. Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. I mean, come on, that's how you start a story. It's simple, it's relatable. Well, as relatable as being a demigod can be. And it immediately pulls you into Percy's world. This one line tells us so much about Percy. He's a normal kid who's been thrust into this extraordinary world. He's a little bit sarcastic, and he's got a whole lot of baggage to unpack. It's the perfect setup for an epic journey. All right, we've talked about epic battles, hilarious jokes, and the moment Percy discovered his powers. But this is different. This is the moment that defines Percy Jackson. It's the moment he chooses to be a hero, not a god. After saving the world, defeating Kronos, Percy is offered immortality. He can become a god, live forever, and rule alongside the Olympians. It's the ultimate reward, right? But Percy, in a moment of pure selflessness, turns it down. He chooses to be immortal, to live a normal life, or as normal as it can be for a demigod, because he believes in humanity. He believes in the power of love, friendship, and fighting for what's right. This moment is so powerful because it shows how much Percy has grown throughout the series. He's no longer the impulsive, angry kid we met in The Lightning Thief. He's a mature, compassionate young man who understands the true meaning of sacrifice. Percy Jackson, you the real MVP. So there you have it, my demigods, the top 10 most iconic Percy Jackson moments. We've laughed, we've cried, we've relived some of the best moments in modern literature. From epic battles to hilarious one-liners, Percy Jackson has it all. What was your favourite moment? Let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you're as obsessed with Percy Jackson as I am, hit that subscribe button for more demigod content. In fact, I'm already working on my next video, Top 10 Funniest Percy Jackson Moments. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Until next time, stay mythical.